Hello, Narnach here, and welcome back to Path of Exile, Prophecy League. We are playing with a Frost Shadow, a Frostbolt and Frostbolt, or Frostbomb and Frostbolt Shadow at the moment, to be precise. We are gonna pick up Vortex, the new cold skill, once we level into it, because it's a level 31 skill, so that's gonna take a little bit longer. But we did manage to survive the very early bit of the game. Now let's see how long it takes to kill a cave crustacean. So Frostbomb is a pretty nice skill. It reduces cold resistance of everything that it affects by 20%, and afterwards it gives a nice satisfying explosion. So it's a pretty nice bonus this early on. Maybe it's a little bit overkill, but well, overkill is the best kind of kill. Hello there, zombies. You don't quite belong here. So satisfying. And it actually, the explosion is 17 to 24 cold. It's about 2/3 of what the Frostbolt does. Oop. Apparently the zombies just popped up. So we are looking for the cave crustacean, and we actually found it. Very excellent, very excellent. Well, at least the level. Crustacean itself we still need to find. Boom. It's very nice for cleaning up mobs that you might have overlooked, or things that rise back from the dead. Also, I'm blinded, doesn't really matter, since I don't actually do attacks, I just cast stuff. Blind does not matter. So we are on a bit of a rampage to boost our elemental damage this early. It's like 4 times 40, oh it's actually a 12. So there's 56 points of elemental damage increase, and here another 20%. So the result is that we will have a massive boost to our elemental damage, and therefore our frost damage, very early on in the game. Where other builds might focus a bit more on the defensive early, especially if I level a witch. I usually go via the energy shield nodes early on. In this case, we start pure offense and we add our defenses later. On the other hand, a lot of cold damage is a very good form of defense. I mean, either we kill things outright, or we freeze them, or we slow them. But either way, they are not happy campers with us. Just look at this. Also, that's a 3-link wand. 9% spell damage though. That's 3% too low. From being very picky. Might as well bring it along. Let's see. My loot filter is already kicking in pretty aggressively. So stuff that is just not good enough is easily to filter out. On the other hand, we might as well just pick these things up and then portal the heck out of here. Okay. And that one, grabbing all the early currency we can, get an extra skill point from Tarkly. We get Trickery. Also boosts our dex for a bit. So next up we're gonna dip down here to get some life, and then we're actually taking elemental focus over here. In the theory craft I actually suggested going through the bottom via entropy, but the thing is this only boosts our damage over time, and that only boosts Vortex, and we don't get Vortex until level 31. So there is no real point in taking it until then. But for now we just go back and we go find the ledge and the prison. We can probably find the prison in this episode. Given the way things are going, that seems doable. And kaboom. Hello there, Hakuna Matata.
Warrior.
And into the depths we go. Find the spirits.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Let's see, take the upper path, that's just damage. The bottom path is crits. Crits is something that we will pick up basically just around the time we start running maps. Until then we don't really care about doing crits. I'd rather have the base damage be solid first and then add crits on top later on. Also, you know, focusing on defenses. Defenses are pretty useful once you get to a certain stage of the game. Still looking for a spirit. Ooh, this is such a nice blast. And they all fall down. So my loot filter is already pretty aggressive about not showing items that don't have enough sockets. Just to weed out the things that are really not worth picking up or improving. Might be slightly aggressive, but it is something that, especially once you have your second character going, it really helps. Until then, you can just hold Alt to show the things that have been hidden. Also, there's a chest here. Ooh, portal skull. I approve. That's big bad, angry spirit. So Rua here have a frost bomb. Rua's pretty dead. Oh, Shank is a dagger. Daggers are pretty okay. No timing, but it is a raised dead effect. Good thing is I saved my flask charges for the way back. Oh, getting slightly surrounded here. Let's fix that. Ooh, the fact that we get pursued is actually really nice. Because we can just run our flasks and then just shoot a couple of frost balls that basically will guarantee us kills. Also, it helps to go the proper direction rather than where you haven't been. Frost bomb. This works well. Frost bomb, a couple of frost bolts. And we made it. Hello there, Haku. Double check that there is no exit here. Nope. Okay, now we continue. Staircase here. That means exit is this way.
Now that was satisfying.
Another large one. Mana is gonna become an issue for this build. So actually having a bit of a boost to it is pretty good. Or just having decent flasks. That also will help you quite a bit. We should go this way.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Hello there, princess. So the spell damage on wands has also been buffed. It used to be that it really didn't matter if you had like a level 1 wand or a level 50 wand. The amount of spell damage bonus on them did not really increase in an appreciable manner. Now the scaling has been changed so that it will actually scale all the way up to, I think, 40% increased spell damage on the highest end wands. So potentially it will be worth upgrading your wands. Which means intelligence is going to be an important stat to boost. It will be anyway, because a lot of our skills are going to be pure blue and therefore require a lot of intelligence. But I seem to remember that wands actually have a more aggressive intelligence dependence than blue skills. So just shooting some frost orbs out in advance seems to be pretty useful. Putting a bomb next to it. Also, just notice that casting a new frost bomb doesn't replace the old one. That's the shock bomb actually does have it. See, there's two up at the same time. The frost orb, or the shock orb, actually if you move it around, since it doesn't really have an explosion effect, it just shocks things as you stand in it, and therefore there can only be one. Frost bomb is actually pretty useful to just keep casting whenever the time is up or down. And there is a silver coin. I think I'm gonna make the outline purple as well, just to make it match the beam that shoots out from the sky. That's gonna be next episode though. I have to update my loot filter. And we got the ledge waypoint. Might as well make a quick down stop, empty our pockets before we move on. And claim another prophecy. So, all the items that don't really matter. This is 4% versus 10. But it's not really better. So we sell it. This is something we can't even equip, so I might as well sell it. Get a nice stack of transportation shards. And sell all the old things. Navali, second prophecy. Here's a coin.
The Plague Maw enters the Red Realm and leaves a swirling mass of living stone.
That is very cryptic and prophecy-like. You will encounter a powerful golem in a Vaal side area and defeat it. And this is the Plague Maw 1. Oh, did it actually say this can only be completed in normal difficulty? So presumably this is going to be a prophecy chain that will go with me, so to say. So after completing this, I will get an opportunity, or well, I'll be likely to find the successor to it in like a next difficulty. Let's see. Let's go the right way, or the proper way. So next up, the prison.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Large mana flask, spike bundle. Well, spike bundle are nice, but this early, as I said, they don't really offer that many stats. So I might as well continue with dual bonding. I'm pretty happy with the combination of my mana pool and two, is it large now? Large mana flasks. I think for now that's a decent enough solution to potential mana problems. Also, I think I might have actually had an intention of going down there to increase the size of my life pool and completely forgotten about it. As well, most of the time I don't actually get hit. Except here when we face a Kuduku, the false god. Who really, if he were a god, he would have remained alive, right? So let's keep going to a cold-hearted calculation. That's going to boost our mana by 20% or the regen by 20%. Whoa, what was that? Stuttering. But I do know that Path of Exile, or currently there is a little bit of an issue with, I think, a prediction mode. So people are actually advised to play in lockstep mode, at least just during the launch night, so to say. There's always some bugs that need to be worked out. So we'll see about that. And most of the time those launch day bugs, they get resolved with hotfixes or server-side fixes really soon. And of course they always have a scary amount of people playing the game at launch day. I think Ascendancy was the most popular playtime since the game actually relaunched. Its initial version, like the 1.0 launch. So maybe Prophecy also has a similar level of popularity. I know that when I logged in this evening to play, I think I started the client like 5 or 10 minutes before the game was actually supposed to launch. I had patched earlier, of course, but didn't actually start the game until then. And that was number 13,000 in the queue. And that was 5 or 10 minutes before the game started. So you can imagine people just hitting play at exactly 10 o'clock or whatever their local time was. There were a lot of people interested in playing this game. Okay, I'm just gonna stick to the right hand side here. Keep boosting Frostbolt and Frostbolt. We're up to 86 DPS and 54 damage per hit. This is of course with a very aggressive skill lineup. But I have to say, I'm currently 229 alive, 51 energy shield. This is not a bad set of stats for facing the Warden later on. I have faced him with more, of course, but I think I've also defeated him with less. Especially this damage, this is really freaking solid. I mean, I'm one-shotting goats here. And that's even without the Frostbomb. Frostbomb, of course, reduces their resistance by 20%, so it boosts my damage by 20%. That pushes me over 100 DPS, effective DPS, that is. Hello there, shummies. Let's see, Iron Point, yep. And that's where the silver coin dropped. Yeah, I definitely need to boost it. It doesn't really stand out enough. Large life, that's an upgrade for that one. Is this this is now gonna get replaced because I found something that is better. Also, this prophecy hasn't been claimed because it's not in the sidebar. So what we can do. Nah, it's actually not worth portaling back for a coin. We'll do it the next time. Because we are there already. And then you'll see we actually trigger. No, we don't. Didn't
Theopolis prison's a child's
trigger the
playhouse
prophecy just
compared
yet.
to this. They sure don't make them like they used to.
Okay. So let's chat again with Navali and get our second prophecy, or third prophecy, actually. So you can also seal prophecies, which is you can actually pay coins to turn a prophecy on your prophecy wheel into an item. In this case, it's going to cost me 6 coins. But this is a good thing. If you got some prophecies that you don't want to do, or you just can't seem to actually trigger them, then you can seal them, put them into an item, and the nice thing is you can actually trade them. Okay, seek the prophecy.
A grand treasure fractures like a dropped mirror, yet somehow goes unharmed.
You will slay a foe who drops 4 identical rare items. Interesting.
There's a fine line between...
So that's obviously a reference to Kalandra's mirror, a very, very rare currency item. Yeah, just keep selling the things. Currently we have a life regen, amulets, mana regen might be interesting later on. I'm just gonna put that in the stash. Nessa, what am I gonna get? Ooh, added cold damage. That is something I really, really like. Anything else we can buy from you? So lesser multiple projectiles. I was hesitant about it, but I think it might be very interesting for the Frostbolt. If you shoot multiple projectiles, each of them does less damage, but you will be able to kill packs. On the other hand, it already, behaving like a ball lightning, already does pretty good. Okay, but for now, we need to get a green one in here. So let's see, sort this. Good thing is, I already have a couple of these, and I am lucky. Frostbolt. Oh, that's you. So 86.1 DPS becomes 106. 20 extra DPS. So if Frostbolt didn't do enough damage already, it definitely does now. But that's gonna be it for this episode. We have reached yet another milestone. So next episode we're gonna do the prison trial and then the warden, and then probably end somewhere after the warden, or maybe even walk until Vaal. We'll have to see how it goes. Nice thing is we only have to do the trial once for this league. Once we do it, we're done. No other character of us ever has to do the prison trial on normal difficulty ever again until the next league starts. So I'm very happy with that. But for now, that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next episode. Bye bye.